A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to HJN Season 3. So for today's piece on Honest J. Nowak, Season 3, what we got here is number 2149, which simply talks a bit about the future. Now, the past and present aside, lots of people are really concerned. What exactly does the future hold? And more importantly, how, in fact, will the future shape civilization as we know it? Some people aren't entirely sure about how it is. Some might have theories of their own, and some others might not even talk about it at all. But here's something I can at least piece together. So far, what we are doing, in fact, is living in quite a future that millions of people would not have expected to see. And some people, of course, are just willing to understand. The future might be totally different. But that's because progress is in fact quite a ways away from ever becoming a mastered piece of art. And a good piece of our minds is just simply having that tiny little itch that can never be scratched. And I'm sure some people out there, regardless of the memories that we've had, regardless of the events that we've gone through, regardless of everything that has ever been had to offer throughout the whole decade, which I've dubbed the slobbering 20s. Yeah, compared to the roaring 20s, we're not going to roar as loud. No, our mouths will be wide open. Slobbers everywhere. But beyond all that, I really do suspect that the future has at least given us some pretty impressive levels of hope. I mean, when you consider the fact that some people might want to have auto-lacing shoes, flying cars, hoverboards, and all that, I mean, Bob Gale honestly didn't do a bad job at least giving us something theoretical about what the future could look like after about 30 years or so. But we really need to start looking forward to what we can possibly get based on what's realistic nowadays. Here in the present, while on our way to a certain distant future, there's really a lot of things that we have high expectations for. And some things out there that happen to be set in the future, whether it be movies like Blade Runner 2049, Ready Player One, Minority Report, and some others here and there. Or you're probably wanting to know exactly what we could potentially achieve in other ways possible. It's not entirely sure about where we're going to go with any of this stuff, but given the fact that we're probably going to have ourselves some events to go through even still, after what we've already done throughout this whole decade, a lot of people are rather concerned. I mean, we got numbers of things to worry about. We got to worry about the politics at hand. Whoever has the power of the country, or even the world. We got to worry about what's going on with the climate, where it gets extremely hot one day, then extremely cold in another day. Little to no consistency. In the same way that snow has been getting rather late, and also, you know, it's been showing up late every year. And when it does that, it stays around until spring itself is rather late, and then summer gets pretty late. You know, that's a pattern that has been going on in recent years. Crazy as it sounds. And I feel like that other things might go around saying, what can we do to shape the levels of safety revolving our transportation? Whether it be our own cars, our own planes, our own trains. I can really say air travel sucks. I feel like that teleportation would have to be the only other way to get around even quicker than this. That's at least one thing I could come up with. Unless if we had a private jet, maybe that'd be fine. But the real question, though, that anyone could probably have within their own minds is, what will the future truly bring? Even I myself have hardly any knowledge of what could possibly go down. But yet, I'm not going to be willing to make any guesses, even if it's educated. I'd much rather just see what the future can and will offer us. Regardless of what it will give us at some point, no matter what it is, I'm willing to see what can it do to help us. Even if it's a negative thing, like what we've had in the past 6 or 7 years, it sure as heck will, in fact, be quite an adventure. One that is worth telling our grandchildren someday. But you know what though? I feel like I've gone on a bit long here. So the future truly is something that will always remain a mystique. So make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me wherever you can find me pretty much, and stay on the Hollywood side if you'd like to see more.